Try to bluff on the lick, got his ass whacked. Heard a nigga stand, bro, we gon' get back. 392 F-Fins in the scat. Too greedy, he slimy, really that. All black ski masks, everybody slack.
High school basketball player and social media star Michael Williams
has gained a massive following online. Before deactivating his Instagram, he had nearly 4 million followers.
I used to watch Mikey Williams boil his life highlights and shit.
Williams is now facing criminal charges, including 5 counts of assault with a deadly weapon.
Even signed an endorsement deal with Puma.
San Diego County deputies arrested the 18-year-old yesterday. Investigators say he fired several shots into a car.
Mikey Williams has just been arrested. The 18-year-old basketball prodigy has recently hit the news for all the wrong reasons after getting hit with multiple felony charges that include assaulting another person with a firearm. Let's take a look into this entire situation and get you up to speed on what's going on. Williams charged with 5 felonies. Mikey Williams was just hit with massively serious charges. The basketball player was just arrested this past week in California after being hit with 5 charges of assault with a deadly weapon. It was reported that
was really like 15 years old, bouncy as hell. Like,
has since paid a $50,000 bond and has been released, though this story is simply just getting started. Williams was accused of violating a specific code in California law that regards a person assaulting another person with a firearm, and this can be classified as either a misdemeanor or a felony. If convicted, the charge can carry a maximum sentence of up to 4 years in prison. It was also reported that 4 of these 5 charges could potentially be dropped, though that doesn't completely negate the penalties that are likely to follow. Even with 4 charges being dropped, there could be an exception that he'll face a minimum of 6 months due to just the 1 charge. The police department has released its reports, which claim that
my son can hold it down for 6 months. I think he gonna tell.
Truly one major charge faced by Williams. The charge involved an incident where one individual fired multiple shots at a vehicle that was being occupied by 5 people. Allegedly, this came a few weeks after an argument was reported to have taken place, and multiple people were asked to leave the house. The official report states 5 people got into a car, and as they were driving away, shots were fired. The car was hit, but no one was hurt. They went on to state that there were multiple minors that were in the car and that no public booking photos of William is set to be released to the public until there's an immediate threat to public safety, according to their words. Massive consequences on the way. Mikey Williams had previously committed to Memphis to play basketball under Coach Penny Hardaway.
His age, he really tatted. I just got some new shit, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I see my tank top on. Shit ain't nothing too crazy for me. I'm almost done though. I'm getting there. That nigga really tatted though. I'm about to get on this side next. No funny shit.
He was preparing to enter his freshman year, but these charges threw everything off course. Some reports claim that Hardaway and Memphis have pulled the full scholarship away from Williams since they heard about the charges set before him, which would be a massive blow to him moving forward. On top of that, Williams might be forced to miss his entire freshman year of college basketball due to being ineligible. The NCAA has strict rules regarding whether or not an incoming freshman receives a misdemeanor or felony charge and if they can continue to play that upcoming year. In the case of Memphis, in particular, their student code reads, university disciplinary proceedings may be instituted against a student and/or student organization charged with conduct that potentially violates both criminal law and the student code without regard to the pendency of civil or criminal litigation.
They gonna drop Mikey Williams though? Like, I think they gonna drop that
or criminal arrest and/or prosecution. When a student is charged by federal, state, or local authorities with a violation of law, the university will not request or agree to special consideration for that individual because of their status as a student. We're going to have to just wait and see how this entire situation plays out, but it doesn't look good for his potential to play basketball this upcoming season. Not to mention that it was one of the most important seasons yet, finally making that leap into the college scene. But the problems don't stop there. Since news broke of his arrest, Williams has lost approximately 4 million followers on Instagram. He also decided to deactivate his Instagram account until further notice because of the backlash that he was receiving. On top of that, Williams lost more than 2 million followers on TikTok and could be preparing to deactivate his Twitter account as well due to a significant loss there also. Public image matters a lot in this day and age, and Williams has lost an awful lot of followers and supporters
really a creative player with hella attributes
over what happened. But then, finally, we have to talk about the partnerships he might be losing out on. Williams inked a deal with Excel Sports Management in July of 2021 at the age of 17. The deal was made so that Excel Sports Management would be able to use his brand, image, and name to further pursue endorsement opportunities. Last year, Williams signed another deal, this one coming with Puma. He became the youngest American high school basketball player to sign a sneaker deal with a global footwear company. Both this deal and the deal with Excel Sports Management are in jeopardy now with these charges coming to light. These companies heavily value public perception and social media influence, and right now, Williams is losing both of those rapidly. He was a stud in high school. It's a shame that this entire situation has happened because his basketball future couldn't be any brighter. He was one of 4 guards that signed to play with Memphis this past season, a Memphis team that was coming off a very successful campaign last year. Coach Hardaway took them to a 26-9 overall record before losing in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Williams was expected to step in and build upon their success to hopefully help them win an NCAA title, but those chances of playing have dropped significantly. On top of that, Williams was coming off one of his best years ever in high school. In fact, he was dominant throughout his 4 years at San Isidro High School in San Diego. He was averaging 29.9 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 4.9 assists per game throughout his
he like 14, 15 in this video catching bodies
there. He was awarded a Max Preps National Freshman of the Year award and helped his school win a Division III championship just to top off his accolades. That wasn't all, though. Williams had one of his greatest games ever against Kearney High School at the end of 2020. He dropped a ridiculous 77 points in a 1-6.
Playing though, like these look like kids that don't want to really play basketball for me, but their parents making them play sports. Like these are like the niggas he playing against.
That wasn't all, though. Williams had one of his greatest games ever against Kearney High School at the end of 2020. He dropped a ridiculous 77 points in a 116-52 victory against them to break the single-game scoring record in the CIF SDS. It was a scoring record that had been held by Tyrone Shelley since 2005. Now, obviously, these records and performances had scouts thinking about his future in the big leagues. One recruiting scout at 24/7 Sports named Eric Bosey submitted a scouting report on him in January 2022. Bosey said that of the college recruiting analysis that he spoke to, 50% of them have faith that Williams has a future in the NBA at some point. Bosey also stated in his own view, mentioning a strong and compact combo guard, Williams is an offensive-minded player who understands how to use his athleticism and burst off the dribble. He is a good ball handler with wiggles off the dribble and who finds and exploits cracks in the defense to get to the rim and finish or draw fouls. He has developed into a pretty good shooter from deep and gets a tremendous lift when he pulls up off the dribble for a shot. Williams has a huge following on social media. He plays to big crowds wherever he goes, so there's a natural flair and charisma that comes along with his game. Again, this professional scouting report came out in early 2022. Scouts might feel differently about him off the floor nowadays, though their on-court evaluation remains the same. There's a genuine possibility that he will make the NBA sooner rather than later, though he has to stay out of trouble off the court. If there was one thing that could have wiped away the progress and following that he has made over the years, it was firing shots at a video
he just recorded himself peeing his man's up
that had 5 people in it, including 3 minors, and racking up multiple felony charges right before stepping into your freshman year of college. He's making significant money. It should also be mentioned that Williams is making a significant amount of money before even getting into college. One website that tracks student athletes and their name, image, and likeness, on top of other deals that they sign, approximates that Williams is worth $3.3 million at the moment. Not taking into consideration those recent charges, the value that he's worth as a senior in high school is the 4th highest amount among all student athletes right now. The only person that is currently trailing is Bronny James, son of LeBron James, who is valued at $7.2 million. Arch Manning, related to Peyton and Eli Manning, is valued at $3.8 million, and Olivia Dunn, who is valued at $3.5 million. Williams has this before even getting into college, a place where a student athlete's value can really rocket through the roof with these deals as they prepare to make it into a professional league. The significant amount of money he's bringing in is what has allowed him to purchase a $1.2 million house where he lives with one of his teammates from high school. Could it be the money that really sent him to do something like this and get charged? Who knows, as that is all speculation. However, it's just worth noting that he's an 18-year-old kid that's not even been in college yet, and he has a net worth in the millions. Anybody at that age would allow that money to get to their heads, even a small bit.
As soon as I touch my first million, I'll chill out, bro. Like, all that shit he doing, well, I don't even do too much for the media already. Like, y'all niggas already know that. I barely be posting and shit. But, like, imagine if I get $1 million, I'ma fuck around and delete that shit. Like, niggas.
Williams' lawyer speaks out. Throughout this whole ordeal, it's not surprising to hear that Williams and his lawyer are maintaining his innocence on the matter. Troy Owens is a criminal defense attorney based in San Diego, and he is currently the man representing Williams in this case. Owens has come out and said, the information reveals that Thursday's arrest stems from a March 27, 2023 altercation at a home in Jamul that Mr. Williams maintained as a residence. This altercation was initiated by several uninvited individuals entering the home and causing a disturbance. During the aftermath of the disturbance, there were reports of shots being fired. Mr. Williams is alleged to match the description of the shooter. As a result, a search warrant was executed at the home and Mr. Williams was arrested. He has posted a bond and looks forward to addressing any allegations against him using the established procedures in our justice system. While this case has received significant attention, we ask that people appreciate the fact that Mr. Williams is an 18-year-old high school student. Harassment, threats, or any other behavior of the sort is unwarranted. We are aware of several narratives being advanced online that are not factual and are designed to humiliate Mr. Williams. We are confident the truth will come to light. Now, this was a very long
His lawyer sound golden, I ain't
and
gonna lie.
thought-out response from his lawyer, but it's clear that his side maintains that the altercation
I'll
wasn't
spam W lawyer.
his fault at all.
That nigga sound
In fact, it's interesting to note that they claim multiple uninvited guests had gotten into his home and started an altercation before fleeing while Williams fired shots at the vehicle. Maybe they were friends, teammates, or acquaintances that came around and forced their way in before causing the scene. And though we aren't going to know anything that actually happened until the case really starts to ramp up in the coming weeks, until then, we should save our judgment and hope that the entire truth of the situation gets brought to light. Hopefully this happens sooner rather than later. It's truly...
And I sent this video. Let me know what y'all niggas think about that Mikey Williams shit for me. If I had $1 million, all I know is I wouldn't even be on this shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I probably done invested all my cents in so much shit. For me, move my family. $1 million is a lot. Like, you could really move your family with $1 million. Like, real talk. $1 million is a lot of money. So a nigga that never had none, $1 million really is a lot of money. But what y'all niggas would do with $1 million for me? Let me know in the comment section. My ID Dior Jew, my Snap YBW Jew, and my Onlyfans free subscription ID Dior Jew.